Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the latest news update from Spain and our lovely Benidorm's region. Today we have some very important news for all of you, and unexpected, I must say, so make sure you stay tuned and watch the video up until the end. Let's start the latest news update. Start with the situation first, and here comes some very important news. First of all, the cases are decreasing very fast. We have approximately 10,000 less of the cases in the last 24 hours than we used to have just a few days ago, and we've been reported 22,194 more or less of them. The index has decreased already up until 735 cases per every 100,000 people. I don't even remember when it was the last time that we've had such a good data here in Spain and also in our Valencian region that reports a big decrease of cases and the index. So everything is getting better quite fast, which is why in Valencian region there is a very big and important news. You know that starting from 1st of March, the green certificate, the vaccination certificate, should not be obligatory anymore in hosteleria, which is bars, restaurants, cafeterias, and so on. However, the president of the Valencian region has officially stated that starting from yesterday, so today already, and all the days afterwards, the vaccination certificate is not obligatory anymore. Starting from yesterday date, which was Tuesday, you don't have to present it in any kind of bars, restaurants, food, drink places, cafeterias. It's not obligatory anywhere except for just one place, which is third age homes, which is where elderly people, they're not as protected with their immune system. So there you still need to show your vaccination certificate just in case you go and visit someone. However, all the rest parts, wherever you go here in Valencian Community, this certificate is not a must anymore. It's not obligatory anymore, which is just great news. It comes 1 week early, more or less, just because the data allows us to do so, as per the words of the president of our region. So another big news is that on the terraces in the restaurants inside as well, there was a limit of people. So the maximum capacity on one table was of 10 people. It's not the case anymore. This measure, this restriction, if you want to call it like this, disappears as well. So you can sit down, as many of you can sit down on one or few tables all together. This is not going to be the issue anymore. So you can travel in bigger than 10 people groups. Also, the social distancing of 1.5 meters is disappearing, which means that basically if someone walks near you on the street less than 1.5 meters, that's fine. It's legal to do so. Inside of buses, inside of trains, inside of interior spaces, you know, in bars, restaurants, etc., it's allowed to be less than 1.5 meters from yourselves. This measure and the mask wearing on the inside indoors was something that was with us for 2 years almost straight, and now, at least in Valencian region, this social distancing has disappeared. However, it's very important to know that on the terraces, some people ask me about it, by the way, on the terraces it's still forbidden to smoke, which means that you need to get up and go slightly further on where there is not as many people, and there you are allowed to smoke. For example, if you are at one of the bars like these ones here on the cafeterias, you can't do so on the terrace. However, you can walk a few meters here towards the alley or somewhere left, right, where there's not as many people, and you can smoke. There it is allowed. On the terrace, it's not the case, at least as for now. The situation is getting so good and so positive that in Valencia they've closed one of the first campaign hospitals that was provisionally constructed there near the main hospital of La Fe in Valencia. You have a picture right here. They've put giant place, like with tents, to be able to do PCR tests to help people that are COVID positive. And right now, in 2 years' time, this is the first time ever that they're taking it out because, well, the situation is getting better and better each day. Let's hope it will not get worse anymore. However, as Spain is dealing with all the situation, I would dare to say that even though the cases will grow, they won't input some more restrictions because they just cannot allow themselves to do so due to the recent economy. Second news that of course comes from Benidorm town is very, very good and very positive for all those of you who would like to visit Benidorm very, very soon. For the future bookings for the All Saint Week, which is in Semana Santa, so called in Spanish, which is basically Easter week from 10th till 17th of April, and summer holiday booking has grown so much and so fast. It's like an express recovery, as hotels called it in here, is making that more and more hotels are willing to open even earlier than they were willing to. Here in Costa Blanca, some of the hotels have been closed for approximately 2 years due to the difficult situation that we already know about. During the first 15 days, the first half of March 2022, so the next basically month, more than 15 hotels will be opening up in Costa Blanca, and 6 of them, which is almost a half, will be opening up in Benidorm. I have already a complete list of these hotels, and I'll be doing, of course, a separate video very soon in the next upcoming days of all the hotels that will be opening up in March, so that you could see which ones are available and maybe book your future holidays. By the end of March, beginning of April, 75% of all the hotels in Costa Blanca should be open and fully functioning, which means that it's more than 15,000 of touristic places and more than 172 hotels, which is a huge variety and a lot of nice and cozy modern places to choose from. All the hotels, all the experts, all the business owners here in Costa Blanca say that this is definitely going to be an express recovery. No one expected this to happen, but with decrease in measures, especially in UK, here in Spain and a lot of other European Union countries, it just kind of feels that the situation will be very nice, and it's going to be a positive year, first ever positive year for tourism here in Benidorm. And the last news was about the unusual object that was flying around the Poniente Beach yesterday here in Benidorm. It was not an Omni, it was not something strange and unexplainable. No, it was a big drone. I'm going to put you some pictures right here on the screen, which is a object that is owned by the government, by the police units and emergency units here in Benidorm. It's a new project, and this drone is called Saturn. It's a big toy, wanted to say, but which is used in a good and positive purpose. The main purpose of this drone is to help people, those of them who are, for example, in the sea and something happened, they're drowning, or they're in the mountains lost, or they fell down, twisted their ankle, something happened, like an accident, in a place where it's difficult to reach you by a car or by boat. Which is why this new drone will be starting to work very soon here in the area. They even say that it can go to any kind of place necessary through the adverse weather, which means that it can go with a very high wind up until the 50 kilometers per hour, and it can lift up until 5 kilos of weight, which means that they can bring you saline solution, they can bring you medication, they can bring you water bottles in case you are somewhere stuck in the mountains and they cannot rescue you immediately, some medical supplies, even vests, the vests that you need to put inside the sea to be able to stay and float basically. It has the option to bring 2 vests on board, which is just amazing. Later, there were a lot of accidents happening here in Benidorm. Either there are people who usually were walking down the mountains, down the viewpoints in here, and they just twisted their ankle, they fell down, and they could not end the excursion by themselves, so they had to call the emergency. And in this case, this is something very good that could definitely help the rescue to be way faster than it is right now. Quite a big thing you can see here on the screen once again. We have already several drones here in the area that are helping the emergencies. However, more and more of them is very good because it's latest technologies and everything that helps for people to survive and be rescued in a short amount of time. I think it's a very positive thing that our local Benidorm's government is thinking about it and is investing its money, because it's not cheap, inside of the security of people that are coming here for holidays or living in here. And what about the weather? The weather is very, very nice. Today is basically the last day before Sunday when it's actually sunny, nice and warm in here. It's even hot right now with the coat. However, this weather will change by today's evening and tomorrow morning. Today we'll have more and more clouds coming down to Benidorm and Mediterranean area, as you can see on this first map. And tomorrow it will be raining here on the Mediterranean area, as you can see right here on this second map. The rain will not be here for a long time, just for half of the day, more or less. And by Saturday evening, Sunday, it will be nice and sunny back again. As for the temperatures, today they're still amazing. It's going to be approximately 22 degrees. By the way, here on the beach, the sunbeds are officially back. You can see them and you can use them already when you will come back here for your future holidays. And temperatures for the next few days will be slightly lower than they are right now. In Benidorm today it's about 20, but during the weekend it might be more or less 17, 18 degrees. In Alicante 20, Barcelona 16, Granada very, very nice weather 24, same in Sevilla 25 degrees, Malaga 20, Madrid and Murcia same 20 degrees, Balearic Islands 18, Canary in between 21 and 22, and Valencia will have 19 degrees today. So as you can see, not everything is as bad. The weather is still nice, warm and inviting to enjoy the fresh air activities here in Benidorm. I hope you enjoyed watching today's video, and tomorrow I'll see you with a new update on some businesses that recently opened up in Benidorm's city center. So don't miss that one, and greetings from the sunny Benidorm. Bye!